Good afternoon, everyone. This is the numerical problem in this class we'll solve. So the question related to the numerical problem is shown on the screen. So let me read the question for you and then we will solve this problem. The question is like this: a three-phase long transmission line of 300 kilometer length has an impedance of 40 plus J125 ohm and an admittance of J 10 power minus 3 mho is supplying a load of 50 megawatts at a voltage of 220 kilovolts with 0.8 power factor lag. Find the sending end voltage Vs and the sending end current Is. Okay, so this is the numerical problem. It is better for you if you note the question of numerical problem in your notebook, or else I will share the question to you, no problem. We will solve this numerical problem by using actually three different methods. Okay, so first method is expansion of hyperbolic functions. First method which we follow is expansion of hyperbolic functions. And the second method is using the exponentials of hyperbolic functions. Exponentials of hyperbolic functions. And the third method which we follow is some approximate method. Using approximate ABCD values. We'll solve this problem by using third method. Okay, so the first and second methods are the exact methods without any approximation, and this is an approximate method where we can take the approximate values of A, B, C, D, and then from that we will find sending end voltage Vs and sending end current Is. Okay, now let me solve this problem. So first we will see the solution of this numerical problem. So in order to solve this problem, we need to know some values, some parameters. First of all, how can I find the sending end voltage and sending end current for long transmission line? So using the rigorous solution, if you recall the previous classes, you may observe that using rigorous solution we have derived the sending end voltage Vs and the sending end current Is as like this. Vs can be written as Vr into cos h gamma L plus Ir Zc into sin h gamma L. Whereas Is has another equation which is Vr, it is 1 by Zc. Let me erase this. So 1 by Zc sin h gamma L into Vr plus Ir into cos h gamma L. These are the two equations of sending end voltage and sending end current which we derived using rigorous solution for a long transmission line. So in order to find these two values, we need to know Vr, Ir, cos h gamma L, sin h gamma L and Zs. First of all, let us find the basic things like receiving end voltage and receiving end current. So the receiving end line to line voltage in the numerical problem, if you recall, if you see the question, it is given as receiving end line to line voltage. So a load is nothing but receiving end. So the voltage is 220 kilovolts. So receiving end line to line voltage is 220 kilovolts. Now, how can I find the receiving end phase voltage? So it is a line voltage by root 3 will gives you receiving end phase voltage. So 220 kV by root 3, you may get it as 127.01 kilovolts. If you find 220 by root 3, you will get this value. This is one thing which we can find. Another thing is that receiving end current. How can you find the receiving end current? So the receiving end phase current. How can I find this? It is the real power, the receiving end real power is given. From that receiving end real power, I can get it as 3 IR into phase and VR into phase cos phi r. Okay, we need to express receiving end voltage in phase and receiving end current in phase and get the total three phase power. So, and it is given in the problem as I hope it is given as 50 megawatts. So 50 megawatts means 50 into 10 power 6 watts. 10 power 6 watts. From this, I can get VR phase, but in the problem, receiving end power factor cos phi r. What is meant by cos phi r? It is receiving end power factor, and it is given as 0.8 lakh. If you convert, if you take the cos inverse of 0.8, you will get the angle. So phi r is 36.86 degrees. Now, from this, how can I find IR phase? Actually, I need IR phase, right? So, IR phase is equal to 50 into 10 power 6 divided with 3 into, what is VR phase we got? We got it as 127.01 kilovolts. So, 127.01 into kilovolts means 10 cube multiplied with cos phi r. What is cos phi r? 0.8. Okay, so if you find this value using the calculator, so you may get IR value as 164.01 at an angle. See, if I consider VR as reference, its angle will be 0 degrees, and as the current lags the voltage, IR must get negative angle. So what is that negative angle? It is minus 36.86 degrees. Okay, so here I am writing that since I considered VR as reference, since I considered VR as reference, the angle for IR will become minus 36.86 degrees. How the phasor diagram looks like? The phasor diagram looks like this. So if it is VR, which is considered as a reference and it is horizontal to x-axis, you will have IR which lags VR, and this angle is 36.86 degrees. As it is below VR, I gave negative sign for IR. So the receiving end current IR value is, please note down these values. Receiving end current value is 164.01 at an angle minus 36.86 degrees, and receiving end voltage phase, I am just considering all the things, receiving end voltage, receiving end current, everything in phase. So it is 127.01 kilovolts. What is another basic thing? Apart from sin H gamma L and cos H gamma L, the basic things which can be taken from the given data are VR, IR and ZC also. What is ZC? ZC is characteristic impedance. Is it right? So ZC is equal to characteristic impedance of the transmission line. Now, what is its value? ZC is characteristic impedance. What is its value? It is root of the ratio of admittance to the impedance. Now, what is the admittance? Sorry, what is the impedance? Impedance, if you convert this into polar form, so actually impedance is given as 40 plus J125 ohms. If you convert this into polar form, it will give you it as 131.244 at an angle 72.25 degrees. This is impedance of the transmission line which is expressed in rectangular form, and this is the same impedance of the transmission line which is expressed in polar form. Now, when you are finding the root of the ratio of two complex numbers, you need to convert them into polar form. So, I am expressing the impedance in polar form as 131.244 at an angle 72.25 degrees divided with admittance. What is admittance given? Admittance Y is given as J into 10 power minus 3 mhos. Now, if you express this in polar form, it will become 10 power minus 3 at an angle 90 degrees. So, it is 10 power minus 3 at an angle 90 degrees. J means 90 degrees. Now, how can I find this value? First, I need to divide 131.244 with this magnitude and take the root. So, how can you get the magnitude? Magnitude is simply root of 131.244 divided with 10 power minus 3. And what is the angle? Angle is you need to subtract 90 from 72.25 and divide that difference by 2 because it is root. So 72.25 minus 90 total divided with 2. 72.25 degrees minus 90 degrees total divided with 2. Okay. Now if you find this value using the calculator, you will get the characteristic impedance ZC as 362.27 at an angle minus 8.875 degrees. Okay. So this is in ohms. So this is the value of the characteristic impedance. Okay. Now we got all the three basic things like receiving end voltage VR, receiving end current IR, and characteristic impedance ZC. Now in the basic equation, three things are completed and we left with two things. One is cos H gamma L and another one is sin H gamma L. Now we can now we can use various methods in order to find cos H gamma L and sin H gamma L. Okay, let us find those methods. First method is the exact method 1. Okay, I am considering exact method 1. According to exact method 1, gamma L is a complex value which can be written as alpha L plus J beta L. Okay. Now, how can you find gamma L? Gamma L is actually root of the product of impedance into admittance. First find this value. Gamma L is equal to root of impedance value is 40 plus J125 and admittance value is J10 power minus 3. But in order to do with the help of calculator, you need to convert these two things into polar form. So if you convert the first thing into polar form, you will get 131.244 at an angle 72.25 degrees multiplied with 10 power minus 3 at an angle 90 degrees. So it is just opposite from the as previous thing. In finding ZC, we have subtracted the angles and divided with 2. Here, what we need to do, we need to add these two angles and divide that with 2. And we need to take the root for the product of two magnitudes in order to get the equivalent magnitude. So how can you get the magnitude? Magnitude can be obtained by taking the root of these two values, which is 131.244 into 10 power minus 3. Okay, you need to find the root for this. And how can you get the angle? Angle is 72.25 degrees plus 90 degrees total divided with 2. Now you will get gamma L in polar form. First I will write the polar form. So it is gamma L is equal to 0.3622. The root of this value is this one, and angle at an angle 81.125 degrees. But what we need to do in order to get alpha L and beta L values, we need to convert this gamma L into rectangular form. It is in polar form. Converting this into rectangular form, gamma L will become, let me write the real value. Real value is 0.0558 plus imaginary value is 0.3578 J. Now when you compare this gamma L with this value, in place of alpha L what we have? In place of alpha L we have 0.0558. This is alpha L value, and in place of 0.3578 we have beta L, and these two are in radians. Alpha L is in radians, beta L is in radians. Now, how can you find cos H gamma L? This is the thing which we need to do in this method. Okay, so cos H gamma L is equal to, what is gamma L? Alpha L plus J beta L. So it is cos H of alpha L plus J beta L. When you expand this, you will get it as cos H alpha L into cos beta L plus J into sin H alpha L into sin beta L. Now substitute alpha L and beta L in this equation, so that you will get cos H gamma L values. But the important thing which you need to keep in your mind at this stage is, it is very important. So many students face difficulty or make mistake while solving the problem on long transmission line using exact method, is they will keep the calculator in degree mode. Okay, so the thing which you need to keep in your mind is, so very important note here, very important. Okay, so the important note here is you need to keep the calculator in radians mode. Keep the calculator in radians mode while you are calculating cos H gamma L value. Cos H gamma L now is equal to, okay, just substitute all these values. Cos H of, what is alpha L value? 0.0558 into cos of what is beta L? 0.3578. Remember, this is cos H and this is cos, one hyperbolic function and one normal trigonometric function. So don't forget this. If you forget hyperbolic while calculating with the help of calculator, then it will lead to a wrong result, right? So sin H of alpha L value is 0.0558 and sin beta L value is 0.3578. So you need to keep the calculator in radians mode and compute this value. Let me write cos H gamma L value, which you will get in radians mode. So this value comes out to be 0.9381 plus J 0.0195. And now I need to have cos H gamma L value in polar form, because I want to multiply with another complex value. So that's the reason why I need to convert this into polar form. So while converting this into polar form, Again, another note is now you need to keep the calculator in degree mode. Keep the calculator in degree mode. While finding cos h gamma L, you need to keep the calculator in radian mode. While converting this cos h gamma L from uh, rectangular to polar, you need to keep the calculator in degree mode. Now what is cos h gamma L? Cos h gamma L in polar form is 0.9383 at an angle 1.2 degrees. 1.2 degrees. This is about cos h gamma L story. Then we'll move to sin h gamma L. So let me write here because I want to use more space. Now sine of what is gamma L? It is sorry, it is not sine, it is sin h. So sin h of alpha L plus j beta L, and it is equal to, if you expand this according to hyperbolic trigonometry, it will become sin h alpha L cos beta L plus j into cos h alpha L sin beta L. Cos h alpha L sin beta L. Okay. Now just substitute the values here. Sin h of what is alpha L value we got? We got it as 0.0558. Cos of beta L value is 0.3578 plus j into cos h of alpha L value is 0.0558. Sin beta L value is 0.3578. Okay, so remember, while you are calculating this, you need to keep the calculator in radians mode, so that you will get sin h gamma L in radians mode. As if you evaluate this with the help of calculator, you will get 0.05229 plus j 0.3507. Now converting this into polar form, what you need to do? You need to keep the calculator in degree mode. While you are converting the rectangular form of sin h gamma L into polar form, convert this calculator which is in radians mode into degree mode. So you may get this sin h gamma L value as 0.3546 at an angle 81.52 degrees. Okay, so this is sin h gamma L value. Okay, so let me now mention all the values which we have found in order to find the sending end voltage and sending end current. So firstly we have found VR because we have VR here and here, and secondly we have found IR because IR here and IR here, and as the third step we have found characteristic impedance ZC because we have ZC here and ZC here, and finally we have found cos h gamma L and sin h gamma L. Okay, so let me write all the things, uh, all substitute all the things in the basic equations. Okay, so for your understanding I am just writing the equations again. Vs is equal to Vr cos h gamma L plus IR ZC into sin h gamma L, and Is is equal to 1 by ZC Vr into sin h gamma L plus IR into cos h gamma L. A value is cos h gamma L and D value is also cos h gamma L. B value is ZC into sin h gamma L, whereas C value is 1 by ZC into sin h gamma L. Very simple. Now substitute all these things in these equations. Okay. With this, our problem is completed using the first method. So by substituting all the things in the calculator, in these equations, Vs will become, what is VR? VR phase voltage is 127.01 into 10 cube. As we considered VR as reference, I got the angle as 0 degrees, and we got cos h gamma L value as 0.9383 at an angle 1.2 degrees. This is VR cos h gamma L plus, what is IR? Let me write here, plus, and let me write here, uh, IR is 164.01 at an angle minus 36.86 degrees, because the load is a lagging load, multiplied with ZC. What is ZC we got? We got it as 362.27 at an angle minus 8.875 degrees into sin h gamma L. What is sin h gamma L? It is 0.3546 at an angle 81.52 degrees. Okay. Now let me write for your better understanding. I am just mentioning what are all these things. This is VR and this is cos h gamma L value, and this is IR and this is the value of ZC and this is the value of sin h gamma L value. Now let me find Vs value, sending end voltage Vs value. What is Vs value? If you evaluate this with the help of calculator, you will get it as 137,045.35 at an angle 6.20 degrees. Volts. What is the unit of voltage? Volts. When I express this in terms of kilovolts, if I want to express like that, I may get Vs as 137.04 at an angle 6.20 kilovolts. So this is the value of Vs. Similarly, how can you get the value of Is? Is, let me substitute all the things. 1 by Zc, first 1 by Zc, right? So you will get 1 by into 362.27 at an angle minus 8.875 degrees, 1 by Zc. This is the value of 1 by Zc into sin h gamma L. What is sin h gamma L value? It is 0.3546 at an angle 81.2 degrees, 81.52 degrees, multiplied with VR. What is VR value? It is 127.01 into 10 cube at an angle 0 degrees, plus IR into cos h gamma L. What is IR? It is 164.01 at an angle minus 36.86 degrees, multiplied with angle 0.9383 at an angle 1.2 degrees. Let me mention for your sake, let me mention what are these terms. This is 1 by Zc value and this is sin h gamma L value and this is VR value and this is IR value and this is cos h gamma L value. Now finding this into if you evaluate this with the help of calculator, you will get Is value as 128.91 at an angle 15.57 degrees. So these are the sending end voltages, amperes. So these are the sending end current and this is the sending end voltage of a long transmission line found by using exact method 1. Okay. I hope it is clear for all of you.